Welcome, everybody. This is After Midnight Noodles. Today we are playing Vintage Story. I wanted to do a quick video tour since I started a new solo playthrough. Um, what we did this time was I pretty much kept everything the same, but I made it so that I would spawn in a hot climate. And so I'll turn on the map and I'll give you a tour of what's going on. So, like I said, we kept everything the same, but this time we spawned in a hot climate because last playthrough we just did normal and we never made it far enough south to experience what is down here in the south. So, this is close to spawn here. Um, and basically, we spawned in what seems to be a savanna biome, and to the south of us, we have um, kind of a smorgasbord of deserts. We've got some bauxite, claystone, peridite, and down here I think is basalt. Um, we didn't get as lucky as last time. Last time we had hematite underneath our spawn, but here we have lemonite, which I believe is what you need for steel. So we're not going to be using that for a while. Um, it's a challenge. I thought it would be, it seems to be quite a challenge. I mean, right now we're in February. It's been just over a year. We're in year two here now, and you know, um, most of the crops that we're used to up north, they don't work as well down here because the seeds, the plants, they get wilted because of the heat. So I've had a hard time gaining flax. I've finally gotten to a point where, the weather has been cool enough through the duration of the winter. Um, I'm able to get a full garden's worth of flax here. But it's taken me a long time to get up to this. So I wanted to just do a quick video log of the progress here so far. So we started off in the savanna biome, and what I did was I took over this outcropping. This this used to be a pond, and this is just kind of like a outcropping of rock here. And so yeah, I just kind of built a little hobble here, uh, nestled into the side of the cliff. Um, this started off as a dirt hut, and I just kind of expanded it as I went. And there's things that are kind of like in progress, unfinished, but I just wanted to give you a quick tour. So we'll start off with the survival house. So we got the double doors coming into the kitchen and storage area. So we've got a nice triple oven here. We can do all of our smelting and our cooking and baking. We've got some shelves where we can store things above. On this right side of the room, we have our wall of chests. Um, every good survival house needs a wall of chests. And on the left side here, we have storage for ceramic bowls and for uh, ingot molds and various different molds. We got a library up top there with some of the books we found in the world so far. Another thing I made different in the settings was you can pick up any of the useless clutter for decoration around in the world. The normal setting is that you have to fix it with glue, and then you only have a chance of getting the piece when you break it. This way, you get everything. and you can kind of just pick and choose. You know, like not everything is worth taking home, but I like decorating, and so yeah. All right, so this is the like the main room. It just started off as this. I've got my bed over here. I haven't actually made a bedroom yet. I might make a second floor at some point and put my bedroom up there. So on the one side, we have double doors here that go into the workshop, and so far I've done a windmill. Now this took me quite a while, basically because that crop of flax that you see out there is the first time I've had a full garden. Up until now, I've been only getting about 50% of my crop because of the heat. So it's taken me a long time to get the sales for this windmill. But I finally got a full set on one side. And also, the other thing was sap. There's not very many pine trees around here. Luckily, we can get sap from acacia trees, which there's lots of acacia trees. However, it's a smaller percent chance of finding sap, or sorry, resin. So, anyway, I've got quite a few marked up here. Every now and then I'll go up for runs every other day once it respawns, and I can get a dozen or so at a time. Which we're going to need more because we're eventually going to build a pulverizer over on this side. So far we've got a basalt quern. It runs pretty good when the wind is going strong. Right now it doesn't seem to be blowing as hard, but um, we've got a double forge here. We've got an iron anvil made up so far. We've got the bronze anvil. Um, we have this is chainmail gear and also a chainmail meteoric iron helmet. And we also have a, let's see if I can move this back a bit. It's kind of in the wrong place. We've got a meteoric iron shield there and a meteoric iron Valk's blade. I also have another one here, so that's a backup. We have our infamous leather armor, and this here, it's pretty much useless, honestly. But I made it anyway because it's part of the progression. Um, and right now I'm wearing the what do you call this stuff? The Gambison, tailored Gambison body armor. Now I just got this because I had just enough flax before this round to make enough linen to then dye it blue. Um, the color I want is red, but that we have to find cinnabar, and we haven't found that yet. So I'm wearing this gambeson around for now, and if I go into like the heat of battle, I'll switch into my chainmail. But this stuff here needs to be repaired. So far we've made it to the Iron Age, and I went ahead and kind of rushed down to get my elk. So I went down to the Resonance Archives. I went all through there, and I got my elk, and I've brought him back home, and he's just outside here. There he is. Let's continue the tour inside first. So yeah, that's the workshop. Nice little spot. We've got storage for extra temporal gears, storage for coal. Put that back on the wall. We also have, this is going to be for Jonas parts and windmill parts and extra books until we get enough shelves we can make a decent library. Here we're collecting some salt and some sulfur. That's all that I've found in the world so far. In fact, I may as well just grind that up. Let's do it. So yeah, this is going to be like a video log and then also a bit of a let's play, and it's just going to be like a test to see how well we can do with that. Um, Right. So this is what we've gotten here so far. Um, Salt and some extra arrows and whatnot. So we'll let that grind and we'll continue with the tour. So back here, we've got a double ebony gate. Um, Lots of ebony trees around, which is nice. I haven't experimented with them yet because I was living up north before. So this is like the back room. Now this was added on after the workshop, and this was where I initially had. This is my like bread oven. So I got six ovens altogether. I got three on this side and three on the other side, so I can just get these going, get a bunch of dough, and go to town on making pies and bread and whatnot. And yeah, it's just like extra storage. This is just some clutter that I found around in the world. This is like a back door. This is very unfinished. Someday, I'll make this into something that looks really nice, I think, hopefully. Um, and yeah, so we've just been collecting, decoration parts. Um, this was one of my first armor sets. This is the Lamler stuff. I made it out of bronze. It's practically useless, but better than nothing. So this here so far is just like I think it's like the museum, I guess. We're just getting started in terms of collecting treasures, but um, just an expansion um, with some display cases and extra bits of um, clutter and whatnot. Um, this here is supposed to be just for temporal storms when I just you know I just go AFK. I kind of don't really like those storms at all, so I'll go do something else for when they go, and I'll just leave my guy in there. Um, right. So one of the really cool features about this outcropping, which I only discovered not that long ago, um, was the basement. So this is just getting started, but there's lots of potential here. I'm probably going to make a stairway going up this way and make a second floor with a bedroom and maybe a pub or something up there. But this is the basement, and we got really lucky with this because there's not only one teleporter, but two teleporters down here. So this isn't lit up all that well, so there's probably going to be bad guys, but we'll take care of these guys right now. Look at all these assholes, these jerks. See if we can get some arrows from these guys. That's like all they're good for. Blacks. So this is one teleporter. One teleporter's here, and then up this way, which I have to take out the wall to get in there. But now I haven't fixed this place up yet, but I will. Trust me, I most likely will. Um, did that fucking thing teleport? Oh, for God's sake. Okay, I'm back here. Jerk. So yeah, like my plans basically are to incorporate both of these and make this all like really, really nice. Like maybe, you know, build this out a bit, make a staircase that goes down, brighten it up a bit. Yeah, two teleporters, and that's like really cool. So this is just right outside the back door. Basically, like our the workshop is the workshop's in there. You can see in there, and then This is the bakery. Isn't that crazy? So I settled this and started building this base before I even knew about that, which is kind of nuts. Oh, look, temporal gear. Sweet. I'll take that. I'll put this back in here. We got enough that we could fix one more teleporter and two more respawn points at this time. I'll put these arrows away. And I'm going to show you, let's eat this porridge. And then I'll show you the grounds. Let's just make sure this door is closed. Yeah, it's closed. And that's closed. Okay. So, yeah, that's the survival house so far. We've got the main kitchen. We've got the workshop. We've got the pie baking area. We've got the museum. And we got the staircase down to the basement where we have not one, but two teleporters. Also, we have a cellar, which is not yet connected to the lower basement, but so far this is what we got. Not a whole lot, but after 1 year of accumulated mostly grains, they seem to be the easiest to grow in the climate. I've got a decent round of peanuts so far, decent round of cassava, which there's a bit of a process in terms of getting this edible. You got to soak it, and then from soaking it, you can um, use it in normal recipes, or you can leave it and it will harden, and then you can grind it up into flour. Just got my first crop of onions. Bread is going well. Once we got lots of grain, so bread is pretty much our primary source of food. These berries don't grow very well down here. They only seem to grow when it's in the wintertime, cold enough. So I'm gonna have to squish these up and make them into wine, I guess. Um, Maybe make a couple pies. We've got some fruit trees on the go in the neighborhood. I might make these into pies, actually. Um, yeah. So we've got some pomegranate and we got some orange so far. And that's the extent of our cellar at the moment. I'm sure we will expand as we go. This is going to be the beginning of the wine bit here, but I might do like a cellar room on this side, a cellar room on this side, extend this hallway down, connect it to the lower part of the basement, and make that all look really, really nice in time. And then, yeah, so out here, it's getting late in the day, but out here we've got the garden. So this used to be a pond, and I turned it into a garden. So we've got two wide, and then we have a water trough, and then two wide, and then water trough, and so on. This is going to be a really epic uh, flax crop here. It's pretty much all done. Over here, we just have a smorgasbord of storage. I'm sure eventually this will be put into a better place, but for now, it's just kind of lining that wall. This is just a bit of empty space. Again, this museum room was built most recently, and it was not like it's not planned. So I'm just kind of going with it. Um, yeah, I'm not sure what we're gonna do just right now. We have to build a house for our elk at some point, but for now, he's just confined to this little side area. And on this side, we have this is the bloomery area. Some extra storage. And on this side here, we have a little tannery going on. Leather actually has been really quite simple to get in this zone because of those the hyenas. All right. So yeah, leather is no problem in this climate. So these are the bloomeries. Over here we've got an apiary. So we got lots of honey. Over here we have a mango grove. And this I'm excited for. It looks like everything is ripening up nicely here. We've got mango tree, mango tree, mango tree. So we'll be able to make some kind of crazy liqueur with this mango, I'm hoping, and some pies and stuff. So 49.9 days. So we're looking at probably uh, quite a while, eh? Like June or July, I would say. Yeah, we got at least 3 or 4 months before these things are ripe. All right, so that's that. So yeah, this will be expanded in time, I'm sure. Now, originally I had my kiln over here, but when I built this back room, I wanted it to be like white and bright, and it was just calling for windows. So I moved the kiln, which was in this area, to over here, which is inside this little kind of natural hill, and I just kind of built this little, you know, barracks looking thing, and we've got room for, firing our clay items, which is nice. This is our little sad looking little berry patch. We literally just harvested these, so it says it's gonna flower in 4 days, but yeah, we'll see about that. It'd be nice if we get at least 2 crops a year. That'd be great. But so far, only 1 crop. This is um, the charcoal pit area, and then over here is the barn. Now, every great survival compound needs a decent barn. This is like, I got on top of this immediately because there's lots of wildlife around. So far we have boar, just generation 1 and 2 for so far. And then we have some goats. She's pregnant, so that's good news. And then back here, we've got more goats. And she's also pregnant, which is good because somehow I lost a female. I had 2 females, and I don't know. Now we have 3 males and 1 female. But anyway, it's going to be a long time before we can even do anything with these guys because they're so skittish. And these are the chickens. So, again, a long time before you can do anything with these chicks. But it's good to have them, good to get them going. And then this is kind of unfinished back here. Haven't even made stairs or nothing, but I'm sure we'll do something with this in the future. And that's basically it. So, like I said, I just wanted to do a quick world tour. Um, I do have a couple extra places I could show you, but it is nighttime and we're gonna have to cycle the night. So what time is it? 18:45. Okay, let's make some. Why not? I got some bread. Eat some food. Just gonna eat some bread there. Gonna take a bowl full of this. Gonna put the flax away. Gonna put this extra arrow away. There it is. And we're just gonna cycle the day because what I'm trying to do here is, I'll explain here in a minute. I'm trying to wait for this crop to finish, and then I want to harvest it all at once, and then I don't know. We're gonna have to, I guess, turn the soil and plant it again as quickly as possible because I would like to get another full crop before it gets too warm. and we're gonna be tight with that. So really, I should go out and gather a bunch of medium fertility soil to replace that shit with. But so what we got going on here, I'll show you. So basically, we got a teleporter in the basement, which we have easy access to through that stairwell, and basically that leads us to this right here, this translocator. And so this is kind of like, I don't know, the southern tip of what looks to be like a Florida looking landmass. Oh, the other thing I did in this world was I made it so that we have more bodies of water. So I think I did it like 70-30, 70% water, 30% landmass, which is more closely related to Earth. So in order to get to the Renaissance Archive, we had to build a raft. Well, first of all, we came through this translocator, and then I built a like a road down to the coast where I've got a little dock, and we built a raft, and then we sailed south to the Resonance Archive, and here we made a little house, a little hovel here, and we also made a road leading from the coastal house to the entrance of the archives, because this is like one giant like mountain. It's a really crazy looking island. Um, yeah, it looks like something right out of like Jurassic Park. Anyway, so I built this here. It's like a series of roads and ladders and roads and ladders, and they go all the way up. There's a little bunkhouse halfway down the road. There's another little bunkhouse, I think, around this area, and then this is the archives where that skull and crossbone is. So we pretty much finished with this area. There might be some like little tiny treasures and knickknacks left down in there, but I think I pretty much cleared everything out of there. And our next mission is over here where this Lazaret is. Now I'm pretty sure that is the Lost Village or something along those lines, as far as I can gather within the lore that I've been reading. But that's the Lazaret, and it's way over there. Really, really, really far. And this looks like it's all ocean. So I don't know how far this goes, where it's ocean, but it's ocean, and it's too far to go on just a little tiny raft. So basically, what I've got going on down here, where you've got this what not here, um, I built a little cottage, and we'll go check that out in a minute. And then I've been building a boat, and I'm waiting on the flax so that I can finish the sails so that we can load up the boat and sail on. And so I don't know. I think the idea is basically, obviously this is our forever home, definitely, just because of the outcropping and everything. But I think for a time we're gonna have to pack up as much as we can, like seeds and tools and food and bed and whatever. Load up the boat with as much as we can, and basically just sail away. Right? We're gonna sail on. We're gonna sail from here, and we're gonna sail all the way across here, and I don't know what we're gonna find. I don't know if we're gonna find land or if it's just gonna be a big ocean. So down here, I've been hunting for halite. So this here, I have not found the halite yet. I'm sure we're close to it, but I don't know. 32.38 decent reading on land, and then this is what I was confused about. If anybody knows anything about this, this is saying 156, 152, 187, 85. Like, I know this is the ocean, but why is it giving such a large reading for halite? Is that because of the ocean or what? Anyway, it's been throwing me off. So yeah, time check 21:44. Let's do a quick sleep. and head down south. So the one thing I got to work on with my videos is the audio, and I can't seem to get the gain up on my mic loud enough. And I don't want to be like screaming into the mic. I just want to talk normal. You know, I'll figure it out. All right, let's have some porridge and do a quick time check. 0700. Perfect. So I really got to brighten up this basement because there's always dudes down here. Oh, you always got to cut them up though because you never know if you're gonna get a temporal gear. And it's totally worth it. I gotta replace the wall here for now. Yeah, I just put this there temporarily because I don't want to deal with this dark basement right now. Oh, no, no, yeah, yeah. Okay. So this is here we are, translocator. This is like really, really deep, but it's an interesting location, and I'll show you why here in a second. First of all, we landed right on like ultra high copper or something, very high copper, which is awesome. So there's a number of copper veins which I'm going to get at here soon because we're just about out of copper. Need lots of copper for bronze and everything. This is quite a climb up. I'm hoping we can get the elk down through here. I might have to widen that room in the basement, but we're gonna get the elk through here at some point because we're gonna have to move that. We're gonna take a sailing trip. So this area is very interesting. It looks like it was very volcanic at one point, and there's like lots of obsidian and really fertile soil. Um, yeah, really really interesting spot. So far, I've found galena up this way, high copper area, and lots of obsidian, like lots. Anyway, I built this little road because it makes it so much easier to just streamlines from the translocator to the coast. So this originally was, whoops. This is where I built a little dock, and we took the raft out that way towards the resonance archives. However, as you can see, the gear is going backwards. So this is not a place that I wanted to build a house. So what I did was, once I figured out that we're gonna have to cross the ocean to get to the Lazaret, I was like, okay, well, let's go to the coast and see if we can find a spot close by, which is just over here where the gear stops and starts going back the other way. So over here is safe, but just over there is not safe. So I built this little place, and this is where we've got our sailboat and a little cottage. Cute little cottage. I mean, that looks like a nice little starter house, doesn't it? Like that is cozy, right on the friggin' water. Jeez, I might even just move my forever home to here. No, maybe not. But anyway, we got a nice cottage here. Not much to it. Again, just a place to come, um, to do some prospecting, do some fishing, do whatever you got to do by the coast. Um, collect samples and rocks and whatever. Uh, right. So we got a three-tier stove. We got some storage. Yeah, and we got our boat. So we got everything pretty much ready except for the sails. And then we're going to launch it into the water. And then from the water, we are going to, fill it up with everything. You can attach like chests and cooking pots, and you can get your elk up in here. And we're going to load it up with as much stuff as we can. And then we're going to sail. We're going to sail and probably, probably build um, another house and like live. If we can find another landmass over towards the Lazaret, that would be great. And then we'll build like a sweet spot over there. We'll bring seeds, and we'll bring tools, and we'll bring metals, and we'll bring like an extra anvil, and maybe stuff to build a windmill. And there's a house that I've built three or four times in this game so far, and yeah, it's like a pocket house, and you can basically just like it's enough materials that between you and the elk and the extra storage that you got in here, you can basically just carry it wherever you go. So, yeah, that's it. I just wanted to do a quick video. Um, I'm basically just waiting for the flax to grow, and then we're gonna put some sails on this boat and load it up and go. And in the meantime, I'm just kind of wasting time looking hunting for halites. So if you've got any suggestions on ways of hunting for halites, salt, let me know. Um, Thank you for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care.